Grafton, looking very good. Hart skip pass to Thornton, sweet bounce shot. He ripples. Grafton's your district champs. They win 13-5.
Tell me about that Grafton game. So that game was huge for us. We were coming off pretty incredible last couple games before that. Playoffs had been electric, all home games, beating Shrewsbury in the CM-ADA semifinals. Had the last goal with 6 seconds left. The place was just going. Everyone was so excited for that Grafton game. We worked so hard to prepare for it, film sessions, did practices the days before that. Everyone was going. It was going to be a packed house, packed crowd, and we knew what we needed to do going into it, and we started off strong, came out first, punched them in the face quick. The whole rest of the game kind of didn't go our way, but we were never out of it. We stayed with it the whole game. I was proud of our team, proud of how we handled it, and we didn't give up till that final buzzer. And the outcome wasn't the way we wanted it to be, but couldn't have asked for anything else. It was just such a fantastic year, and we were so close. And it was one game that we lost, but there was so much to be proud of throughout the whole rest of the season that it was a fun time. My name's Charlie David. I'm a senior captain on the team. I made varsity as a freshman, and obviously sophomore year we didn't have a season, so 3 years on varsity, and it's been a great time. I think I've had kind of a full experience based off of everyone else on the team. Freshman year started off, we had a great group of seniors, there were 15 of them, so my position on the field was to really just be, I was a locker room guy, sideline guy, filling up the waters, grabbing the balls. I was doing what I needed to do, and kind of watching those 15 seniors and all those upperclassmen be such key roles and key role models for me really helped me figure out what I wanted to do and what I wanted my legacy to be within the Algonquin lacrosse program. So into junior and now senior year, I've really used skills that I've learned all the way back to freshman year to lead the team to now be in a captain role to give my guys the best experience that I can give them that I was given freshman year.
We're feeling pumped right now, indoors, get the tennis balls, get the hands soft, we're gonna get better today.
Feeling good. Good to have the boys here in the gym. It's pretty unconventional, but great way to start the season.
Coaches, we have to look outside of our realm and outside of our field, and what's most important to me is growing young men, and that's having good sportsmanship, well-rounded, right, having respect for yourselves, your family, the game, but also going out and experiencing life.
Matt Nofsinger, head coach, Algonquin boys lacrosse. I've been coaching since 2016. I became interested in lacrosse my sophomore year in high school. I played baseball my freshman year. Played with some football guys, and they introduced me to the sport and loved it ever since. And I was fortunate enough to start coaching in 2002 at Hopkinton, then took over the program and ran the program at Westboro for a bunch of years, and now I'm here. It's an honor and a privilege to be the head coach of Algonquin lacrosse. They've had a great history over the last 2 decades of being one of the best programs in the state. And I feel like we're able to do that every year, is to compete at a high level with great programs.
After settling into the first few practices of the year, the Algonquin Tomahawks traveled to Shrewsbury to play one of their biggest rivals.
Listen, let's talk about the basics real quick, okay? Ground balls is the name of the game today. You fight for every ground ball like it's the last one that you need. We're down by a goal, we need possession. If you fight for every ground ball like that, there's no way we go home without a W. So the guy that's going after the ground ball, the guy with the maroon shirt closest to that help, go and help.
Boys, listen, play fast, play loose, let's get the fucking ass, let's go! Family on 3, 1, 2, 3! Family!
They dominated their rival with an incredible 10-6 win, starting off the 2022 lacrosse season on a high note. The Tomahawks brought it home thanks to face-off specialist Owen Morse, grabbing 17 face-off wins, while AJ Guidi, the school's star attackman, scored 4 goals and assisted in 1, followed by Charlie David, who made 3 goals and assisted in 1. It was a good game, not just because of the win, but also because the players got more confident in their style and how they wanted to approach future matches.
1-0, baby! 1-0, how's that? Let's go! 1-0! Yes, sir! Yes, sir!
Not 3 days later, the Tomahawks blew Wachusett Regional out of the water on our home turf with an 11-1 win.
Let's fucking go! Play as a family! Together on 3! 1, 2, 3! Together!
Taking early control of the game that set the tone for the rest of the thrilling event. It was an almost effortless victory, with Jack Battles scoring 3 goals for the team, followed by Charlie David, who scored 2. Owen Moore continued to shine as 8 different players contributed goals to the home win, and confidence for the season began to grow.
That's impressive. All right, you have 2 league opponents, and you win handily.
W's, coach.
All right.
Who's our next pick?
All right, you win handily. It wasn't even really close at any points of the game. All right. To hold a team to 1 goal in 48 minutes.
Shout
impressive.
out goalies.
Go, boys.
Yep.
Good job, D.
Once again on the home turf, on April 13th, the Tomahawks battled West Springfield. West Springfield proved to be no match for the Tomahawks as they poured in goals throughout the entire game. 10 players either scored or assisted as the Tomahawks cruised to a 16-4 win. These games were proving to be a real confidence boost for the team, with Charlie David bringing us 4 goals, followed by AJ Guidi with 2. The entire game was once again a real team effort as all players brought their A game. The Groton-Dunstable match was also a win, but a hard-fought one. The other team proved to be worthy opponents, giving viewers a real nail-biter of a match as the back and forth continued between the teams. The face-offs were especially hard, with Owen taking the most losses in the season so far, with 12 losses against 7 wins. Still, the Tomahawks pulled ahead in the end with 11 goals against Groton-Dunstable's 8.
I'm Chris Carreras. I played attack for Algonquin Lacrosse, and I graduated from the program in 2021. My senior year playing, it was awesome. We had such a great group of guys, a lot of young guys, and it was really nice being able to kind of, as a captain, like set the culture and be a leader, which is something I hadn't been able to do in a while. And it was really nice having that environment, having a really good chemistry. And everyone kind of having a set goal and working really hard to achieve it. I loved playing for Algonquin Lacrosse. Sometimes there are days that I really miss it, just because I think, you know, when you get on later in life a little bit, like stuff becomes more complicated. I think what was nice about being in Algonquin was just like, especially on the lacrosse team, was like there's a level of simplicity where like you know what you have to do, and you have a bunch of other people around you who also know what they have to do, and you're having a lot of fun while you're doing it. It's like you're on the bus rides, you know, singing the bus driver song at the end of the day. At the end of it, you're going to games together. Like you drive. Sometimes you're driving really, really far. You know, you have like there's this shared thing that you have that's really special, and I think that's something I miss the most. Is just one, being able to practice every day with my team and being able to go out and just play. But I think also just like the moments in between, like the bus rides, the locker room, stuff like that, like that's stuff that like is really special. And I think I miss that a lot.
But it didn't take the Tomahawks long to pick themselves up, dust themselves off, and charge at Medway, winning 8-5 in a scrappy, gritty battle against a solid opponent.
Family on 3! 1, 2, 3! Family!
AJ Guidi took the lead with 2 goals, while the remaining were scored with a combined team effort. Owen Morse's 10 wins against Medway's 5 losses in the face-offs played no small part in our victory, and Algonquin lived to fight another day. But maybe the Tomahawks were riding the high of their victory too much to prepare for what would come next. In the second game with Shrewsbury, the Tomahawks recalled their epic 10-6 win against them all too well. And this would be their downfall. Going slow right off the bat ended up costing Algonquin the game in a major way. And any attempt to catch up failed, as Owen Morse faced 13 losses in face-offs, and the Tomahawks suffered a defeat 11-3. It was definitely a wake-up call. The team needed to be shaken up.
Dude, you might as well just not show up. I know I played like shit. We played like shit on all sides of the ball. Come tomorrow, be ready to work until you fucking drop dead, I swear to God.
In the games that followed with Minneshaug Regional and Westfield, the Tomahawks dominated with a 12-7 and 9-4 win. Minneshaug was an especially challenging opponent, being known as an explosive team with incredible talent and energy. The fear that they may lose egged the Tomahawks on to try harder, and they succeeded in beating the very well-coached, tough team.
Baby! Woo! Hey, that's how we come back, boys. There we go.
I'm Christopher Bleck. I was at Algonquin from 2017 to 2021, and I played defense. I had a great time playing lacrosse in high school. Like I said, my first 2 years I was running games 4 times a week. That was a lot of fun. It was a little frustrating sometimes because we weren't always developing skills that we should have. Like, we didn't have certain plays and everything because we were just always going, and we didn't necessarily want to test them out in a game where it would be risky. But it was still a lot of fun. My varsity year, we had a lot more plays and everything came together, and it was just a blast because we got so much farther than I think any of us really anticipated. Like, we knew we had the skills and everything, but we thought that we might struggle to beat this team or that team, and then because we had so many close games throughout the regular season, but at the end we just pulled it together and we had so many good games. One of my favorites was beating Shrewsbury by 1 goal. We beat them by 1 goal 3 times, so that was a really fun one. Being a part of the program, it gave me like a place that was almost like a little family with the boys. You know, every time it rolled around to spring, we all got super tight and everything. I just recommend taking advantage of that. Don't just hang out with everyone on the field, obviously. Go out, hang out, maybe like have a party together, something like that. Just have a good time because, I mean, not everyone's going to be able to go off into college and play sports, and this one might be like your top level, you know, and it's something that you should really just appreciate and take time to love.
As the mid-season approached, however, it seemed the team was starting to lose a bit of its spark. What followed was a devastating set of losses, starting with Pinkerton Academy on our home field. It was an overwhelming match for the Tomahawks as they faced a bigger, stronger team, leaving Algonquin with a 13-7 loss and an exhausted team. Zach Golachinski, however, pulled forward and took the lead to give the Tomahawks 3 goals. But Owen Morse lost big on faceoffs. Not willing to accept that the team was faltering mid-season, Coach Nofsinger doubled down on practice and perfection, keeping the team on a strict regimen to keep them alert and energetic.
Yesterday's game, we had opportunities. So again, as coaches, we want to have opportunities to win. Now it is, you lose, you're on summer vacation. So the whole playoff thing is totally true now. It's one and done.
There was no time to be lost. With just 4 matches left in the season, all of them completely winnable in the eyes of the coach, the team worked harder than ever to regain their standing. On May 19, 2022, the Tomahawks took home a much-needed victory, 15-6 against Westboro. This was exactly the confidence boost everyone needed, as Charlie David took the lead with 4 goals, followed by AJ Guidi and Ben Yaska's 3 goals, and Owen Morse's 2 goals, plus the 19 wins against 4 losses in the faceoffs. This carried forward on May 23rd, when Grafton came to Algonquin on senior night and gave the audience an incredibly intense match to spectate.
Leave it all on the field. Give 100% everything you have. 60 minutes. Let's go. Billy out. 1, 2, 3. Billy!
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed.
It seemed inevitable that Grafton was going to beat the Tomahawks once again, as they dominated most of the game.
And I'm going to really challenge our upperclassmen, all right? Because right now you have a sophomore and a freshman that have scored. So I'm just going to say, senior, right? Come on, this is your day. This is the team follows you. Remember how Marcus Smart? We go as I go, we go as you go. We do. So deep down, let's build it. You find it. Make it happen.
You get 5 goals against Minichog, the game where you stop the ball on the line against Shrews, or the game where you score the winner against Shrews. It can be any one of your games today, all right? But it doesn't just come. You got to go out and get it, so make it happen. It can be the game where you make the extra pass, you make the stop, you score the goal. So let's go out there and get it.
But in the 4th quarter, things turned around almost instantly as the Tomahawks went on a 6-1 goal run and ended up winning. With a 10-9 win, the Tomahawks really relished this victory, since Grafton was the same school that eliminated them from the playoffs the year prior. With just 1 match left until the playoffs, the pressure had never been higher. The match against Dover Sherborne definitely threw a wrench in the gears of the team as they suffered an 8-6 loss. No way else to put it, it was a sloppy game. Despite the loss, however, some players were very clearly starting to stand out, as Jaden Wild led with 3 goals, followed by AJ Guidi, Charlie David, Jack Battles, and Jack Galachinski.
I'm Graham Ray, face-off specialist, and I played for Algonquin from 2018 to 2020. Playing for Algonquin was so fun. We had such a good team, won a lot of games, which really makes it a lot more fun. And then coaches were great. The team was awesome. I look forward to heading out to the field every day. Yeah, I felt that there was a really strong community amongst the Algonquin players and alumni. I got welcomed in almost immediately as a freshman, and just team dinners after practices, things like that. All the guys would hang out in the locker room, and then even further, alumni coming to the game and just supporting you in that way. I think people that played for the program have a lot of pride in it.
There was nothing else to be done, though. All the Tomahawks could do was wait for the playoffs in June to find their footing again and make up for the losses.
We have our best players, and then they come back and they kick our ass down there. You want to get our ass kicked again? How'd that feel getting shot on last time?
Not good. Not good.
How about you?
Not good.
Not good? Huh?
Not good.
Bro?
June 1st. The summer heat was starting to pick up, but it would take more than a little heat to make the Tomahawks break a sweat. The regional semifinals pitted Shrewsbury High against Algonquin, and suffice to say, the Tomahawks were ready.
This is what I live for. There's nothing more that I like than getting you guys pumped up and getting ready for competition like today. All right, we are a much better, more polished team than these guys saw a month ago. I can assure you of that. Okay? Same thing applies. All the little things matter. All the little things. I can't stress that enough, right? Every possession means something, because at the end of the game, it might come down to that one possession. Could you have done something better? Could you have helped out on that ground ball? Could you have thrown off your front foot, right? Could you have talked more on defense? Could you have maybe valued the ball a little bit better and not taken shitty shots? I watched the entire film today from the last time we played them. You know what? We did not play well. We scored 3 goals in the first 12 minutes, and we didn't do shit for the last 36. That cannot happen. I don't want any lulls. It has to be high energy, full tilt, full speed for the 48 minutes that we're out here. Yeah. All right? Oh, yeah.
This proved to be an emotional game. The viewers had seen 2 extreme outcomes with Shrewsbury and Algonquin, but this match was between 2 equally powerful teams. The game started with trading goals back and forth until the Tomahawks managed to pull ahead so fast that Shrewsbury barely had the time to catch up. Jack Galachinski led the game with 4 goals, followed by Jack Battles and Ben Yaska, and Owen Morse put up a good fight, winning 12 against 5 in faceoffs. Now all that was left was the regional finals. With a well-fought battle against Shrewsbury, the team was confident going in.
Let's go. Hey, boys! Hey, how do we feel about
June 3rd, the regional finals. Neshoba Regional versus Algonquin High.
Defense looks good, rotating, everyone's talking. Hey, we are not losing twice to these guys. All right? We are a much better polished team, a much better prepared team. All right? We all know what we need to do. All right? All the little things matter. Right? Face-offs, wing play, ground balls, work together on the GBs. Move without the ball, work together, defense talk.
As Neshoba marched onto the field, the Tomahawks were ready to give it their all and bring it home. Up until halftime, it really seemed like the Tomahawks were going to win the regional championship. They certainly fought hard, keeping everyone on the edge of their seats as the 2 teams traded goals and went back and forth.
You want to know what I want now? I want to fucking win. I want to win. I want to walk away with that scoreboard with the guest score 10 times their score. Okay? We got to keep playing. If If we take our foot off the gas, though, we're going to lose.
Oh, yeah.
The game's not over.
Boys, half the game left. Half the game left. There's 24 minutes left in this game.
A whole half
we
the
only
game.
got a 4-goal lead. That's nothing.
Nothing.
That's nothing. In 24 minutes, 4 goals is nothing, boys.
Nothing.
I want a plaque. I want a banner. I want a trophy. I want a CMAS championship.
I want everything.
We're not going to get a CMAS championship if we take our foot off the
Let's
gas.
go,
Maybe it was overconfidence, but Neshoba was slowly starting to take over as the Tomahawks started slipping up and playing sloppy. The game ultimately ended 9-9, and as the game headed into overtime, it was clear that the momentum was not on our side. Neshoba took their win in the final moments and snatched the regional championship from our grasp. It was a gut-wrenching, heartbreaking moment for the players, to be sure. It was a roller coaster of a season for the Tomahawks. With it having its respective ups and downs, it certainly wasn't the outcome the team wanted. But with the season over, the Tomahawks go into next season hungrier than ever to take home its first regional championship in over 10 years.
Well, that is a wrap on, by far, my most ambitious and biggest project yet. I just want to say thank you so much if you made it here for watching. Big shout out to the lacrosse team. They welcomed me like family. Couldn't have asked for a better group of guys to work with. Big shout out to Coach Nofsinger. Without his permission, none of this would have been possible. So thank you so much, Coach. And a big shout out to the alumni for coming through for the interviews. Really added some good depth to the documentary. Just wanted to say I had so much fun creating this, and I'm looking forward to creating projects like this in the future. But for now, signing off.
1, 2, 3!